Hey, YouTube, you're late because YouTube cut out. I'm giving you surprisingly simple ways to get out of the rat race and into multiple streams of income. I was showing people the average rat race, man. Right now, people are on 40-year career that they hate, 12 hours, two-thirds of their waking life doing stuff they don't like, but nobody learns a PhD in money. They just spend 26 years in school if you get a PhD and you don't know how to make money. So we were just brainstorming like, what could you sell right now to double your income or create an extra $1,000? I'm gonna show you on this call $1,000 to $10,000. Somebody said sell dope. You can sell dope, but my dad was a drug dealer. The problem is he ended up in prison when I was born. So you got to do the risk return ratio, selling dope. Every one of them, El Chapo, everybody gets caught. You know what I'm saying? The real street hoodlums that actually made money is like Dr. Dre. He went mainstream. Sold Beats by Dre for $1 billion. See, simple household items that are around you. That's one way. I was showing people the business. I haven't even looked at this. That own mentor box. We ship books to people and book summaries. The last $11.2 million shipping books. Doubled our revenue from before. I didn't even know that. What about food? Somebody says. What do you think? Butcher Box did $30 million a year. Some guy started it by himself. He ships you a box of meat. I'm actually launching a business like that. It's different, but yeah, food's going to be massive. Blue Apron's $1 billion company. So my question is to you: why are you so behind the curve? Why aren't you on what I call the Netflix forefront? Some dude just came out with Netflix. He's like, instead of going to a video store, we'll send the videos to you. I mean, how did the studios not think of that? How did Universal not think of that? How did GM not think about it? How did you not think about it? How did your parents not think about it? Ask that. Another way, simple way. Income, to create multiple streams of income. Buy an old house, get a friend who knows construction, add a deck on it, add a pool on it, flip the damn thing. I was just at a house, my Hollywood Hills house, I looked at. Okay, the last buyer was in 97. He bought it for $100,000 in the Hollywood Hills. And back then, everybody's like, that's too much money. Well, now the next door house next to that house is 12 million bucks. Surprisingly simple. It's all about education and training. People say, oh, Tai, you don't need a mentor. Just go out and do it on your own. BS. Everything, you telling me to be a medical doctor, you need 12 years, but you think you're going to make money without a PhD and making money? BS. Show me the money. Show me the money. There's so many people that talk about making money. This is a business, the side hustle of mine. Some people go, is Tai a really good businessman, or is he full of crap and just knows how to drive Lamborghinis? $11 million. I spend 15 minutes a month on this business. 15 minutes. Make 11. I have 70. We have 60. Last time I checked, 68,000 paying customers on recurring billing. I'm not saying I'm the best businessman in the world, but I got a PhD in making money. Now, there's people who got PhDs. I'm no Warren Buffett, but I know how to make money. When you can make 8 figures without paying attention to a business, you got a PhD making money. What if I could train you to do that? And the sad truth is, you can train about anybody. But people hold themselves back because half the world's cynical. You can't train a cynical person. If somebody thinks they can't play basketball, don't train them. If they think, oh, I suck at soccer, don't even start. What's the point? They gave up before they started. Sell picture frames. Yes, there's a guy who came to one of my conferences in 2015, and he was making, I think he was making $700,000 or $1 million a year. He wasn't at 8 figures, but he was at 7 figures. He sold neon signs. He became the #1 source of online, I wish I remember the domain name, neon signs. I don't know why he picked neon signs. I wouldn't have picked neon signs. It's a small market, but he was still able to pull 700 G's from it. I had Nicholas on 2 days ago, somebody I trained. 2 years ago, he's making $1,000 a month. Now he made $330,000 gross, $250,000 net. He's making 20 G's a month net. That's more than PhDs make. That's more than medical doctors make. And I'm still saying there should be medical doctors. I'm not saying everybody should quit and try to start online businesses, and there needs to be doctors and there need to be school teachers and all that. But why couldn't a school teacher have a side hustle so they could do what they love and help the world, but not be living, I got $3 left in my bank account. I got overdraft. Oh my God, $35. I remember living when those overdrafts were insane. I remember when I was right after I was sleeping on a couch, I started making a little bit of money. Like, it would overdraft, but it wasn't the game there is now. So you got to learn the game, and to get a PhD in making money, the shortest I've seen myself be able to train people is in 4 months. There's a few people that learn it in a month or two, and they don't have a full PhD, but in 4 months I've seen people start rocket income up. I've seen it in 2 weeks, but that's so not common that I wouldn't count on it. I mean, you might be the exception to the rule. You can do it in 2 weeks, but this world is asleep. You begin to see what is actually going on in this world. Forget the news, forget the media, forget recession, and forget Wall Street Journal. This is all written by journalists who know nothing about making money. Most of them. A few do, most don't. Don't get your financial education. Don't get it from your parents if your parents don't know how to make money. I love my mom. I grew up with my mom. I don't ask my mom for financial advice. That's not her. I had to find surrogate parents to teach me about that. Joel Salin, Alan Nation, John DeWar, Mike Stainback, and the list has grown now, and so has my income every single year. So you double down on what works, and what really works is learning stuff. People know me for the phrase knowledge, and they don't even know how powerful that phrase is. It's funny. Some people laugh at that, like, oh, knowledge. And I'm like, bitch, knowledge put fucking 20 million bucks in my bank account. What you talking about? What do you have? You might want to get some of that. This bank account right here, and we reinvest it all back in the business. You don't want to keep $20 million in your bank account. A little side note, in California, you'll pay 52% tax. If you make $11 million, keep it rolling into the business. A little side note. Sometimes people are like, oh, you have Lamborghinis and Ferraris. Why do you lease them? So you can tax deduct them. So as everybody who's in the game of making money, who has a PhD and make money, understands. And all the fools out there and people on Reddit are like, oh, he leases his cars. I'm like, yeah, smart people lease their cars. You know nothing about the tax code. Now, just because you lease a car doesn't always mean you can deduct it if you're using it for personal, but you got to know the game. You got to know the game. Some people do and most people don't. It's like the Matrix. Some people are wrong. They're just asleep. There's little drones. And then they go, wait a sec, Ty, I have a drone life. Well, are you a drone? No, I don't like my drone life, Ty. I don't like this. I'm stressed out. Okay, well, you're a drone. Drones get a drone life. Try something new. No, I don't want to do something new. It sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. It sounds like a fraud. Okay, well then be a drone. What else? What other choice do you have? You're going to make $3,000 a month for the rest of your year. You think you're going to save enough to achieve financial independence by the time that you're 50 or 60? No, if you make $3,000 a month, your taxes pull out $1,500 almost, or with insurance and all that stuff, you can't live on that. You can't even live on $5,000. In fact, Daniel Kahneman won a Nobel Prize. He said you got a minimum make like $6,000, $7,000 a month in most countries. So, do you have it? Do you not? I've trained about 250,000 people since 2015 in the things that I know, and I brought in other people to teach. That's more in 3 years. I'm putting more students through than UCLA down the road. I'm not saying I'm better than UCLA. I'm not a college. I'm just saying the raw numbers. I think UCLA is involved in this. They're sabotaging my live stream. They sent a ninja. Don't talk about us. But you get what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a new day coming for new people who are ready to embrace and be ahead of the curve while the rest of the people are 20 years. There's still people getting on. It's funny when I meet older people and they're like, I'm using Facebook to post. I'm like, Facebook? People don't post on Facebook that much anymore. I mean, I do it for ads, but it's been replaced by Instagram. really, for anyone under 30, is using Instagram over Facebook. There's still opportunity in Facebook, but my point being, always be ahead of the curve. Google AdWords was a huge thing in 2001. I used to be able to spend $100 and make $1,600 back in sales. Well, Google AdWords is not new anymore, and you can't do that. The return money, while everybody's learning what a gerund is, how to conjugate sentences and all this, I'm like, oh my God. The only real way to get good at a language is to read, write, and speak it. That's it. To conjugate it is for morons. And my grandma was a professor of German, and she said the same thing. So let everybody else conjugate verbs. You know, just let them go. And then you focus on the thing that benefits you for 30 years. And then those people are stuck in a drone life like a little drone bee and get to do the same thing. And they'll complain all the time. And you'll be over here and, you know, you laugh all the way to the bank. At the end of the day, better to laugh all the way to the bank. Oh, crap, and have nothing to show for it. So what's some more practical things? What else could we do to make money? I told you sell simple household items. Easy. Don't sell them on eBay. Don't sell them on Craigslist. Don't resell. You can kind of do that. There's no big money in that. If you haven't noticed, not as many people use eBay anymore. More people use Amazon. When was the last time you were like, oh, I need something. Let me go over to eBay to get a pair of boxers. Let me go grab a phone case. Oh, I need a book. Let me see if someone has a used version. There is a place. There are some people making money on eBay. But you want to go to garage sales and buy stuff for $3 and sell for $6? Go ahead. You want to do volume scale stuff? Like I said, I taught this guy, I don't even remember his name now, but he went from $0 ever made. I think he's selling $700,000 a month in women's clothing online, and he's netting around 100 G's a month. Net 100 G's. Net. That guy woke up while everybody was asleep. Okay, so we said potential opportunity number one, household items, online. Okay, great. Some of you like that, some of you don't. That's a certain skill set and a certain interest. The other thing is get businesses to pay you for stuff. Get businesses to pay you for stuff. This is even better. There's 20 million businesses in the US and probably triple that globally. So 60 million audience, that's 80 million. I feel like Ollie G when he did that thing with the ice cream glove. 80 million potential customers. Come in with something that nobody else really knows how to do it. Like most of these companies are advertising with TV. Show them how to advertise with Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Just how I'm reaching you right now. Charge them $1,000 to $10,000 a month on auto recurring payment so that while you take a vacation, the money still keeps coming in. You might still have to do work while you're on vacation. I'm on vacation in London. I still do stuff. But, cool. You got 1 to 10K a month and 80 million potential customers. You don't even need 1%. You don't even need 1/10 of 1%. You don't even need 1,000th of a 1% of that market. So all you got to learn there is how can you do Instagram, Facebook, and social media marketing for those companies. 2016, I rolled this out. I said, I'm going to take a small test group of people. I was in Palm Springs, October 2016. You can go back through the videos. I told people, I'm going to trade you guys in a PhD of money. It was hilarious. Half the world was excited and half the world was like, oh, Ty's got a get-rich-quick scam. And I'm like, dude, now it's so mainstream that I don't even get that anymore. Like, we kind of invented a genre to take people from 0 to 6, 7 figures. First student, first week. Well, in the first week, one of the first students who got in October 2016, Jaden Gross. I got videos of him. You can go see him. He did 1.2 million in his first year. Made $400,000. 21 years old. Second year or third year, now he told me he thinks he's going to do 6 million this year. He's expanded using his marketing agency into like 7 different businesses or 10 different businesses. He bought himself, he just showed me his new house in Denver. He bought like a 6,000 square foot house at 22 years old. Okay? The funny thing is, I remember telling people in 2016, I want to show you. And people just go, I don't believe it. Well, those are the people who only believe it after other people took the opportunity. Opportunities do not come all the time. It's kind of like a pretty girl. If she's pretty and she's attractive, and you just watch her every day, go to school or go by you at the coffee shop, and you never say hello to her, somebody else will. She's attractive. That's the definition of attractive, is people will do it. People will be attracted to that person. They will talk to her. They will marry her. They will, date her. And you'll be left like most dudes. They got their hands in their pockets like, oh, I should have said something. Same with making money. It's even more attractive to people. Not everybody's attracted to women, but there's very few people on earth that goes, I wouldn't like that extra $30,000 in my bank account. Jaden Gross in 2016, he said, the reason I got to know his name is because in 2016, 1 month after he got in the program, 2019, he said, a doctor's office just handed me a check for $31,000, and I don't even know how to open a bank account. I had to show him how to open a bank account. That's a PhD of making money. I had to start at the grassroots, bachelor, undergrad, but I showed him, and now he's got more than one bank account. So you, again, where are you in the curve of adoption? Are you always the slow people? Most of you are. Sad to say. I'm not an optimist or a pessimist. I'm a realist. Honestly, most people are. Most people kick tires. Most people pretend. And most people are dominated by fear, anxiety, procrastination, worry, pride. They're worried what other people will say if it doesn't succeed. So they're just paralyzed, man. Never be paralyzed. Always be moving. Just keep moving. Move, move, move. Momentum creates money. Here's a little principle. Somebody asked me a mindset tip. Here's a mindset tip for you. Momentum creates money. It just has to be that way. Now, not always. Sometimes your momentum takes you one step backward, but if you sit in the train, it goes 2 steps forward eventually and only 1 step back. It would be a dream for me to join your class. Ali Mosen said, Todd, can you teach more e-commerce? Yeah, I got a whole e-commerce program. We've been training people for 4 months. You missed. We opened up the e-commerce and closed it about 2 weeks ago. So I hope he catches the next time. There's somebody who's got an agency called The Moments. Teach how to do Amazon FBA. How would a 14-year-old get started? The beauty of online, nobody knows how old you are. Just remember, Bill Gates was 16 when he really started Microsoft, and he just changed his voice on the phone. He would call up people and be like, would you like to, and that's how he got started, under 18 years old. And by 30, he was basically the richest man in the world for the next 17 years straight. What's the business out there to start if you don't have a lot of money to spend on? This one right here. The one I said. So, laws of money. Let's call it PhD of money. What are the PhD laws of money? Never stop. It's like a shark. If a shark stops moving, it stops breathing. Always move. Always move. You're like a shark out there in the game. I'm not saying you want to be dishonest, people. I'm just using that animal because that's literally the story of a shark. If it stops, it has to have a current of water running through it, or it has to keep moving, or a current of water running through it, or it has to keep moving, or it dies. That's how you got to see yourself. You are moving to water. The water is the capitalistic economy that we live in, and we're probably going to live in, even if you hate capitalism and you love Bernie Sanders or whatever. Don't ever forget Bernie Sanders is a capitalist. He's a capitalist, trust me. He's a capitalist. He may not present it that way. Everybody's a capitalist. You know what capitalist means? It means you earn your own money. Who isn't a capitalist? China's the most they're communist, most capitalistic country in the world. It's actually an example of pure capitalism. They have no regulations. So Bernie Sanders is capitalist. All of you who hate money because you were born in a first world country and you take it for granted. You're a capitalist. You don't earn you don't earn your money. You just make your paycheck, and every month you just go out and go, woo, throw it up in the air. Let us all contribute to society. Now, I'm not saying you want to be too capitalistic and ruthless and cutthroat and Gordon Gekko, but in the ocean we're all swimming in the ocean we're all swimming in, momentum creates money, period. Joel Salatin, my first mentor, used to say, Tai, do something even if it turns out to be not quite the right thing. Just do something. You don't know what to do, just start something. I've named 10 businesses, 10 sources of income right now. Start selling coconut water. Worst case, you lose $100. You're going to lose $100 anyway. Law of inflation, money's constantly losing you. The value, time value of money, and the cost of goods is going up. So you're going to lose $100 anyway. And the real truth about life is if you got an extra $100 sitting in your bank account, you probably eventually going to spend it. $100 on a Facebook ad. Just trying to test it. That's the answer. Momentum. All you paralyzed people, I hope you stop, because you are like that shark swimming through the water and you're going to be floating dead in the morning. And that's what most people's bank account open. You want to know the truth? Here, let me tell you. Your bank account's your mirror. Nothing is more ruthless than the mirror. You ever wake up in the morning, you think you look a certain way, and you got your shirt off, you go up to that mirror and you're like, wait a second. In the gym, when I was all pumped, I was sure I looked way better, but that mirror tells no lies, unless you got one of those funny, circus mirrors or whatever, carnival mirrors. But a regular good mirror tells no lies. That's why people don't like to be on camera. Because you take a picture of them, they're like, oh, what's my best side? I'm like, there is no best side. That's you right there. We can turn your head. I like when girls do like, oh, I look better now. I'm like, you look basically the same. You ain't fooling anybody. Airbrush will fool, but at the end of the day, your bank account's your mirror. You want to know if you have a PhD and making money? Show me your bank account right now. Pull it up. Age adjusted. Here's the age adjusted numbers. 18 to, let's say, 25. This is what you're, or 26, let's say, to 35. If you're 36 to 45, and if you're 45 plus, here's poor, average, badass. Okay? Poor is 0 or negative. So 0. Okay? Average, if you're 18 to 25, average is like you got $2,000 in your account, or probably average. Badass is if you got 25 G's in there. I'm impressed. You're 18 to 25, you saved up 25 grand. That's not bad. 26 to 35. Okay. I'm going to say you're poor if you got 25K. That's poor. Average, in my book, I mean, this is just no exact number. I'm going to say 50K. Okay? Let me drop this down, because we live in a world where people are not taught. I'll say 25K, because a lot of people hardly have that. Badass, let's just say you got 150,000 saved. 36 to 45, everything that was badass here becomes basically poor here. I'm big with my number. I think I was right. 50K. This always becomes poor in the net. If you're 36 to 145, you only got 150K. Something's wrong, my friend. 300,000's average, or should be average. Should be average. And 1 million would be ideal. Okay, wouldn't you like that 1 million from 36 to 45 by the time you're 36 to 45? When are you going to get the money? When are you going to have the Ferrari? When are you going to have the ability to travel? You're going to make your million at 93? It's not guaranteed you're going to make it. You're going to be back at Walmart at 70. 500K. My mom always told me, man, my mom always told me, man, I don't care about your mom. This is the real world, my friend. Don't nobody care about your mom and that your mom told you you can be whatever you want to be, Johnny. Remember what Chris Rock said? He said he was at his kids' like 7th grade, like an orientation to class. And there's 500 people there, and the principal got up and they said, each of you can be anything you want to be. So when you raise sheep, when sheep raise sheep, you get sheep. When sheep raise sheep, you get sheep. You get Uber drivers. You get 45-year-old Uber drivers. You don't want to be driving Uber at 45. Unless it's, you temporarily hit hard times. You're using it as a means to the next way. I mean, unless you just really like it, I guess if you really just love long hours getting fat and having your body decay as you sit in a chair, so you can, sit and exhaust fumes. It should be done by like college kids getting their way through college, or young entrepreneurs getting their side hustle going and they need to do it. That's what those jobs should be. You can't be whatever your mom said you can be. You can only be what you train for, my friend, and no entitlement in this game. The game of money is real, I promise you. It is a ruthless game, unfortunately. It does not care. A lot of people want the money that you want the money that you want. By the way, those of you on YouTube, if it's lagging, jump over to my Facebook or Instagram. I don't know what's up with YouTube right now, but maybe it's because I'm in London. So let's keep going through this, because I'm in London. So let's keep going through this, because how much time we got left on Instagram?
We have 20 minutes.
Oh, crap. Okay. I might have to reset Instagram. I want you to the third law of this PhD of making money. Simple. These are all simple laws. Momentum. Bank account's a mirror. Age adjust where you're at. Okay? Age adjust. Look at yourself. If you're 45 and you got $50,000 saved up, you're doing bad. And what that means is use the mirror to identify, remember the mirror is your bank account, to identify your weaknesses. You've got to identify your weakness. Maybe your weakness is you don't save. You make money, but it goes right out the door. Maybe your weakness is you don't have enough sources of income, so that when you got a sales job and when there's not many people buying in the winter time, you go broke, or things like that, or you're a waiter or a waitress and things like that. You rely on tips, but then when vacation season, I know people like that. They're like in North Carolina and they make all this money in the summer, but then in the winter they're broke. So you start looking like, what's my weakness? Do I not have multiple flows of income? Are they too sporadic? Am I locked into a payroll, into a W-2 income that is going to go up only 3% a year? Not even like, what's your weakness? Are you procrastinating? You already know how to make money, but you're just lazy and you just play video games. Like, are you proportionally strong in your PhD of making money, in the game of making money? Or do you have a specific weakness? For those of you who are entrepreneurs, do you know how to hire people? Do you know how to select business partners? Do you know how to raise capital? For those of you who are not going to start your own business, do you know how to pick the right career? Do you know how to find the right company to work for? Do you know how to get equity and stock in the company, so if they sell the company, you get a piece of it? Are you skilled in managing people and leading people? Leadership is highly related to your income level. If you don't lead, you don't make money. It's just that game. If you're at the bottom of the totem pole, not leading anybody, you're going to make the bottom of the totem pole income. You got to lead. And some of you are introverts, some of you are extroverts. You got to lead. Leadership, that's another thing. I would just put that as in the game of making money. I'm not saying you need to be a charismatic leader, but I'm saying you have to be able to manage yourself and be self-disciplined and have a daily routine. All these things correlate with making money. Now, in addition to that, you have to have practical training. And this is where school went wrong. To be able to say, I looked at your Google Analytics and your site loads too slow, or it doesn't load on an iPhone. And you know what? I could fix this all for you, bring you another 100 customers a day, and 100 customers a month. That could be worth $10,000 a month, and I'll charge you $1,000 a month. And you need to know how to create the contract, what to get them to sign, how to collect the Visa or MasterCard. These are all practical training that you must have, that they don't teach anything in school. They don't teach e-commerce in school. The curriculum was built around the time my grandma was born, 1918. We're using the same curriculum, basically. The textbooks have changed, but the curriculum hasn't. It's still reading, writing, arithmetic, social studies, gym class, and stuff. Everywhere, most advanced. Everything else in the world has changed. You have, medicine is radically transformed. They don't, if you get a bullet wound in war, they don't saw your arm off automatically. People used to get their arms sawed. I'm reading a Civil War book. They had stacks of arms. Just go. We can't figure out what's wrong with you. Just saw it off. Now medicine has, laparoscopic laser type surgery with robots. But school system, still the same curriculum my grandma had. What's up? There's Google now. You don't need to completely memorize what the capital of Bhutan is. You just don't. And people say, well, you need to memorize the capital of Bhutan to make you well-rounded. No, you know what will make you well-rounded? Make a little side hustle, learn how to be trained on how to make money, and then take a trip to Bhutan. Who do you know more about Bhutan or Egypt? I knew a kid getting a degree in Egyptology, spending like 20 grand a year on a private school, Egyptology. I said, have you ever been to Egypt? No, not yet. We're going to go in our second year. I said, let me get this straight. You can buy a plane ticket to Egypt for under $1,000 now if you buy it ahead of time and you buy smart. So you could go there. You could live in Egypt for probably $500 a month, okay, with rent and maybe $1,000. So you could live there for a whole year in Egypt. You could walk the pyramids every day, meet tour guides, and you could learn, and you could actually have a job there that maybe would break even so you wouldn't lose any money. Who do you think knows more about Egyptology? These kids sitting in class memorizing. Okay, King Tut was in BC 2004. I mean, you're like, what is up? How historic is this world? So where's your practical training? Do you know? Let me just go through the things. Do you know? Just be honest. Do you know how to build and optimize funnels? Most people don't even know what that means. Do you know how to grow social media in a significant way? So you can take your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter and grow it to 10,000 this year or 20,000. Do you know how to do that? Do you know simple accounting? Do you understand tax law? Do you understand legal? How to not get screwed over in contracts and people take your money? Do you know advanced banking techniques? What? Do you know how to form a company? How do you form an LLC? Do you do an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp? Do you do an LLP? Do you do offshore stuff? Nothing taught in school. Not even in college, basically. Not even, you know why it's not taught in college? Because the professor doesn't know. You can't be taught. How many professors do you think are making $10 million a year? No, because they have to teach, which is, I like professors, but my point is, don't learn basketball from a professor. Okay, just don't. Don't be like, I really think I should get good at basketball. There's this 65-year-old fat professor who has a textbook on how to play basketball. Like, you're going to get smoked by a kid who just goes and learns from people in the streets how to play. Money is that way. You do need some formal education, but you can learn that. I could teach you all that formal education in 4 months. Now, some people need a little longer because they're slow to learn. Some people maybe, but I could teach you the basic elements and the advanced ninja elements of making money in 4 months. I can't do it on live stream, but I just wanted to create an appetite for you to go out and do it. And you'll find people. You don't need me. Some of you need me because you can't find people. Maybe you live in a place you don't know a lot of people. And I've been training people, 10, 20, 30,000 people that have come in a quarter, a semester, you could say. I have paid programs. This is a free program. I want to create awareness, people. So I'm going to go. I want to answer a lot of question and answers. Maybe you have answers. You have questions on these things. You have questions on how to do social media and questions on how to get business to pay you or how to drop ship and sell things online. You see that I'm doing, $11 million worth of business I don't even pay attention to, literally. I set it up with other people to run it. And, we got Walmart as a client now. I spent exactly 1 minute on that process of acquiring Walmart we're in their HR training program. So, it's just astounds me that people don't online education, by the way. Reality on a headset while they're learning at home, and it probably is going to be the best professor in the world that can stream in to people all around the world, so you're not tied to one community college professor, because you got to ask yourself, Why is this guy a community college professor? Why do I want to learn from them? I want to learn from the best professors, but the best professor, you got to go to Harvard, and Harvard's expensive. This phone needs to be charged.
Sorry.
Oh no, that's not an important one. So before I forget, I was supposed to announce you got 5 days left. I've got the new version, the 2.0 version of my social media marketing 4-month certification training. 5 days left. I'm doing scholarships, so you don't have to pay the full price. Over 25,000 people paid the full price, but every once in a while, I roll out the scholarship version. And so this 2.0 version is better than anyone got since 2016. You have 5 days left. Is it 5 days? No. It's not.
Okay.
Nope. Because Ben said it was 7 when we said before. So let me put the link up just in case. I'm gonna keep answering questions. You can also get the link in Instagram, YouTube. It's in the title or in the description or pinned on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. A special link. Go to that link so you don't have to pay full price. So those are like secret links that we're just putting. Those are the ones. They're like the scholarship link. Those are the ones we'll take down in 5 days. They won't work. SMMA, that stands for Social Media 2, like 2.0, and it's a live stream. That's your coupon code right there. TaiLopez.com/SMMA2live. In less than 5 days, that coupon code will no use it. You can pay full price, but I know a lot of you are just scraping by. So, Frozen Burrito Bowl says, "Is this happening in real time?"
No.
You know how I know the world's sleeping? If I wasn't, who cares? What's the big deal? Think about learning something from somebody and they pre-record. When people send me messages with good advice, I don't go, "Is this being typed live to me right now on this email? Are your fingers moving on the keyboard? Because or else the information is no longer relevant to me. It only works if it's exactly live." Yes, it's live, but I don't know why the hell that matters. But as I said, the world is distracted and common sense is just like ding dong. Any other dumb questions? Nick Saban said, "I lost 150 grand because of his toxic family." Hey, family doesn't know the game of money. Don't learn from them. And like I said, I love my mom and my family. I didn't grow up with my dad because he was in prison, but so I didn't learn anything from my dad, good or bad. He was out. My mom took me away, but I don't ask my mom financial advice. I ask her other advice. I ask her, life advice, but don't ask your family if they haven't made 7 figures around people making 10 million. It's common sense. If you want to learn to play basketball, a lot of coaches are like NBA champions. Before the student was a coach, before the student wins a championship, he learns from somebody who played won a championship. That's just how you learn. You go up. So a lot of you are learning how to make 100 grand from somebody who made 101 grand, and you can't figure out not working. Hey, I have a mentor. They made $101,000, and they'll be able to teach me how to make $100,000. No, they won't. No. You want to learn to shoot a basketball? Learn from Steph Curry. He can hit 93 out of 100 shots. Do not learn from your next door neighbor that can hit, 5 out of 10. Even though that's better than you, it won't be a good teacher. That's a good rule right there. A little practical nugget they should have taught you in school. That's why I said I have professors like Dr. David Buss. I learned lots of stuff from them. I learned evolutionary psychology, and I learned about status hierarchies, and I learned all these things. But I've never asked him, "Yo, Dr. David Buss, you think I should launch this business?" He doesn't know. That's not his thing. He will admit that. So you have to go out into this other world, which is not inhabited in the hollow halls of universities. It is sometimes. Sometimes there's a professor who was a successful business owner or moneymaker that went out and became a professor. That happens, but it's not very common. It's not. And the curriculum is against you too, and the cost is against you. And you have to spend 4 years going in debt, and then you're 4 years behind, and it gets interest, and you can't discharge it with debt. One of the biggest sources of income for the U.S. government net profit, if you look at the ratios of money collected by the government, college, income, interest on loans, it's insane. That's why they don't let you charge it with bankruptcy, because the government wants money and the banks want money. It's projected between 1 and 3 trillion of U.S. debt is in college. That's nuts. Trillion, man, not 100 billion. You're talking 3,000 billion dollars. That's 3 trillion. So you got to get out of that rat race. I told you simple ways to get out of the rat race. Somebody said, I'm surprised that some of the comments here are people not paying attention. No. I'm going to teach you another practical PhD of making money. Be excited when you're the only one on the live stream paying attention. If everybody did a social media marketing agency, if every person on this call, by the time the replay is gone, on Instagram 24 hours, about 50 to 100,000 people are going to see this live stream in 70 countries. If 50 to 100,000 people started selling on Amazon, it wouldn't work anymore. If 50 to 70,000 people started selling, doing a social media marketing agency and getting businesses, there wouldn't be enough businesses. Eventually it would run out. Be excited. Be excited. Be excited. When people are annoying, your consolation is they won't be my competitor. Sometimes people go, Tai, do you get bothered when you see people talking crap? I'm like, no, that's that many less people who know nothing about making money that I have to compete with. Warren Buffett, the second richest man in the world, said when he started making money in his early 20s, he said he thought he'd go into the world and it would just be full of talented money makers. And he would be up against this huge wall of geniuses making money. And there'd be all these finance people and this and people with PhDs. And then he said he just went out in the world and he started thinking something's wrong. He's like, wait, I just made $1 million. It can't be this easy, right? And he's like looking around and then he made another $1 million, and then he made 100 million, then he made $1 billion. He's like, wait, where's all the other people doing this? And as my second mentor, Alan Nation, said, no, they're scared. They're scared. So Warren Buffett just keeps like stepping one. He's kind of like the guy going into like a dark, haunted house, and there's a treasure at the end of the house, but it's haunted to most people. It's not really haunted, it's fake. It's just a legend. And so he goes in, and at first there's like 3 people with him. And he goes 20 feet, and there's like 2 people with him. And then he finally gets to the gold, and he turns around, and he's like, who? Okay, I got to split it with people. And he's like, what do you say? Who am I going to split this with? That's how I thought. When I grew up in a family, my mom made $20,000 a year, maximum. I don't even think she made that much as a single mom. My grandma kept, if it wasn't for my grandma, and my grandma wasn't a billionaire or anything like that, but if my grandma was a saver. She was German. If it wasn't for my grandma, we would have been basically home. I would have living in shelters growing up. But my grandma kept us at least lower middle class or upper lower class, whatever you want. Which one? I don't know. But I go out and I'm 18 and I'm like, Joel, it's going to be really hard to make money. And then I find a mentor and I go, Joel, let's start this beef business, grass-fed beef. And it's profitable. He put $60,000 in. It was a little side business. I worked for him full time, and it made $20,000 profit, which to me was like, whoa. And then I launched another business, and I remember I launched a little consulting company teaching people how to buy real estate from overseas, buying raw land in America. And just somebody, I did 1 hour work, and a guy, Gary Townsend, wired me $10,000. This was when I was at NC State, broke. And I had to use a shared computer, and he wired me $10,000. I was like, wait a second, this can't be this easy. All my friends are working at like Starbucks making $10,000 a year. I just made it in 1 hour, and I was going, maybe there's something to this game of making money, you know? So, who's gonna join that? Who wants to learn? I got 4 months of training. I'm gonna explain more on what it is, how much does it cost. Go right here. It's gonna be a month, 5 days. 5 days, and I do that on purpose because I want I'm not trying to make the maximum amount of money. I'm more like, who's ready to go? I don't like training people that aren't. There's a saying I live by: woe to the man who tries to teach people faster than they're ready to learn. Um, okay, what other stuff? Question. And oh, let me alerts here. I forgot to turn my alerts on before. Who's getting in the group? We got it. Put it here. I used to get alerts when people got in. What is today's date? Damn it.
Is that 27?
I don't know. All right, I'll have to look. Ask Ben to give me a list of people getting in.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. I need to talk to my programmer.
Video chat.
What time is it in California right
So it's 8:30
now?
here.
Hey, I'm not getting the real-time alerts when people get in the programs. I used to get them to my Zoho thing. All right. TaiLopez.com/SMMA, the number 2 live. TaiLopez SMMA 2 live, or just click the link that's on there. I'm gonna keep answering for like another 20 minutes.
5 seconds. IG.
5 seconds. We're gonna reset Instagram.
End it and then share. Got it. Going live in 3, 2, 1.
We're back, Instagram. Can you reset this?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna answer a few questions for you guys. Then I got to go. Flew all the way to London. I just want to announce this 5-day left. Give me 4 months. Give you guys PhDs in the street game of making money. Not selling drugs, selling legal stuff. Stuff that you're not going to go to prison for. Helping businesses make money and making sure they pay you at least 10% of what you make them. That's the rule of thumb. You make them $10,000 in sales, make sure they write you a check for $1,000 a month. That's what I do. Somebody said Tai looks tired. Thank you. After I just said I've been up for 24 hours, Captain Obvious comment. How to stop procrastinating, Tai. I told you about a shark. Shark dies. Look at your bank account. That's the best way to stop procrastinating. Who here loves how their bank account looks right now? Just be honest. How much money you make per day? My businesses make, I've always have a goal right now to at least $100,000 a day. Sometimes we miss it, and sometimes we make, $300,000 a day, $500,000 a day. But it averages out to, if you look at the last couple of years or whatever. Santee said that's 1,700 pound account right now. Yep. Well, how do you feel about 1,700 pounds in your bank account? How do you know when a business idea is oversaturated? Good question. Rule of the street. Rule of the laws of making money. The best way to know that an idea is too late, and that is when everybody thinks it's a good idea. If you tell Alan Nation, you should tell me, Todd, if you tell your neighbor about an idea and they think it's a good idea, you're too late. Like if you say to like an old, like your grandma, I'm gonna start Facebook. She'll be like, oh, that sounds good. I heard about Facebook. Too late. When your grandma thinks it's a good idea, it's too late, my friend. That thing is 30 years 10 years too late. I like to, when I start businesses and people go, oh, I'm scared. I'll give you an example. Elon Musk in 2008, and people told him, guaranteed you're not going to be able to start a car company. And he started, he's worth $25 billion. Even though it's been rocky recently, he'll come out of it. So, weird game, man. You got to be contrarian. When the crowd goes that way, just be like, whoop. Just pass them and wave. You know that Robert Frost poem? There was 2 paths in the woods. He took the one less traveled on, and it made all the difference. That's from the game of making money. That's from the game of making money. When everybody is like learning from getting an MBA in business, don't get an MBA. Now, I'll tell you when it was a good time to get a college degree was like in the 60s because no one was getting a college degree. So then you get one and it automatically boosted you through the roof. Now, some people have statistics that having a college degree is more likely to get you a job, but you got to ask yourself what kind of job. Yes. Yes. And they do the statistics like, oh, if you have a college degree, you make an extra. Look, I hire people, I don't even ask. I don't even ask. I've had Ivy League people be morons and people off the streets be badass. Like, I don't see the correlation. I know you guys so much that are pushing your agenda, but I'm a business owner with employees. My business partner, Alex, his Zeus had 700 employees. Okay? Between us, we've had a lot. We're not like having 2 employees. I don't see the correlation. For maybe some jobs, like engineer or something, maybe having a math degree is correlated or causative, but I just, in the terms of people that know how to manage and build brands and just push things out there, I don't see it. I just was with a high school guy who dropped out of high school who made $100 million. I have 10 PhD friends. Their combined net worth isn't $100 million. I don't know what to say. I mean, people argue with me. They say, well, but it's because that's, rare. It's a lottery thing. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. People always got something. People are always going to yap their mouth about common sense. Always. I show people, look, walk into a business. If you talk to 10 businesses and tell them, I'm certified, I got certified as a social media marketing expert. I'm going to grow your business and bring you new customers, charge you $1,000 to $10,000 a month depending on my services. Every 10 businesses you talk to, 1 will say yes. That's just the game, and people go, oh no, it's not possible, and I'm like, yappy yap, just people, whatever you say, dude. Mr. Dude who's never made 100 grand, whatever you got to tell us. I just watch the results. Everybody have results? No. People go, well, Tai, 25,000 people got in the social media marketing program. Did all 25,000 people make 100 grand? 20% of the people who got in never logged into the first training program. So that ain't my fault. Don't blame me. Bullshit. Another thing my mentor, Joel Salatin, told me. He said, the customer's not always right. Customers can be a-holes. So if somebody buys our product and never logs in and goes, oh, this didn't work for me, I'm like, well, we have a refund program. They can get their money back, but don't be saying it didn't work. Come on, man. That's like somebody working with a personal trainer and being like, you promised me I would lose weight. Did you go to 1 session with the trainer? Did you ever show up at the gym once? Nope. But I thought when I bought it from the trainer that my body magically changes through alchemy. That's the world we live in. That's the IQ level of the world we live in now. So I don't always think the customer is correct, but did the people who logged in and did what I say consistently start making $1,000 to $10,000 a month, and some of them 50,000, some of them 20,000? Yeah. Did 20-year-olds sell their business for $250,000 to $500,000 cash? Yeah. Yeah. It's creating millionaires, real millionaires. So, put me head to head. Put me head to head. Dollar spent on my training against a university. Remember, I only charge under $1,000 for training. Put me head to head. So $1,000 in university gets people like 2 or 3 classes of history, geography, and that. Put me head to head with the success ratio of those people's income going up per dollar spent. You got to do a proportional. You can't do a 4-year degree at $25,000 a year invested against my program, which is 4 months and 1,000. I'm still getting parity results as a 4-year programs. Really. Like the yap. We live in the yappy yap world. It's okay to talk. You got to learn to talk to close deals and sell. But yapping is like making excuses. I tell people go, why are you saying don't go to college? Do whatever you want, man. I don't care. I honestly don't. I only care about the people who are down for me. So sometimes I get people literally go, prove to me why I should be in your program. I'm like, you're an automatic no, dude. Prove to you? That's like dating a girl and she walks up to you and goes, prove to me that I should date you. You'd be like, bye. If you want the proof is the door. Because anybody who thinks that way is not on your side. Not on your side. They don't get it. So, for some who don't get it, go to the door. Go online, go browse around YouTube. There's about 100 million hours of videos or more on there. Most of them by people who don't know what they're talking about. Feel free to do it. You know? Somebody said, do you want me to do the 67 steps or want me to do the... So we have different courses for different things. Today I'm talking about the SMMA 2.0. Let me show what the SMMA 2.0 shows you. By the way, so somebody was asking, what is this thing that you got 5 days to get into. The main thing is I've added exact scripts of what to say to get paying customers. Before, I was just telling people the general thing of here's what you do. You go into a business, you go into a dentist, you go into a doctor, you go into a cosmetic surgeon, you go into architect, you go into a landscaper, and you say, hey, I'm certified as a social media marketing expert. I did a free audit of your website and your social media. Here's the 10 things you're doing wrong. Let me fix them. Here's my fee. And I just made it general. And so some people were struggling because they're not naturally good at speaking and not naturally good at sales. So in this new 2.0 version, 2 years later, we launched in October 2016. So, years later, I'm rolling out these exact scripts. That alone is worth 10 times more than the whole program. One customer, the average customer will stay with you 3 to 4 months. The average customer will pay, when you average it out, because you have some customers at 1,000, 2,500, 5,000, 10,000. Let's say the average customer is 2,000. So 4 months times 2,000 is $8,000. So if you just get one, I think 100 hours of training, not just from me, but also from Joe Soto, who makes $1.2 million a year with his social marketing agency. Also from Jaden, one of my first students, who's now making whatever. I think he's getting close to $6 million in his second or third year. So you've got actual people training who are doing it. I just had Nicholas out, who was one of my, he came in the second year. I launched it in 2016. I think he came 2-3 months after I launched it, the end of 2016 in December. He got in and, he's making $350,000 a year, $30,000 a month gross, and netting around $20,000. So you're going to learn from those people. That's one point. In addition to that, you're getting the exact scripts. This is massive. You're also getting the exact list of what type of businesses work best. Because now I've tested it on 25,000 students. Before we just were suggesting go to a dentist or go to bars, but now we know itemized what's bringing the best chance of turning into a paying customer. And then number 3, I'm going to show you how to expand out. See, Jaden has expanded out into having 10 different sources of income besides the social media marketing agency, including getting businesses that he's doing work for to give him a percentage of the company. Think of that. You get a percentage of the company. That's crazy. Hold on 1 second. Remember I said you got to keep swimming to stay alive. You got to keep swimming. And so when you build your social media marketing agency, you get 5 or 10 customers paying you $1,000 to $10,000 a month. Now you've secured a nice income on recurring income. You still got to do work. You're going to have to do some work. This is not get rich quick. This is not get rich with no work, but this is get rich or make money on your terms. I don't even worry. Why do you want to get rich quick? If you had, the average person who wins the lottery and gets rich quick, within 4 years, they have $0. The average NFL player, football player, basketball player who makes $10 million is broke in 4 years because they made the money too fast. All you want to do is have a badass life every year of your life. As long as you have as long as you look back and every year of your life was badass, you're good. You're good. It doesn't matter. I look back some of the most badass years. I mean, I've made more money every year of my life. But some years have been more badass when I made a little less money. It's not exact. Making the maximum amount of money is not the goal, because sometimes the maximum amount of money comes at a cost of happiness, lifestyle, sleep, friendship, relationships, romance, kids. You got to balance the whole game. So what you want to do is expand out into multiple sources of income using marketing skill that I will train you from scratch. From scratch. Give me 4 months, I'll train you from scratch, turn you into a marketing genius. Why should you listen to me? I don't know how to be. I know how to do marketing. You're watching this because I'm good at marketing. Forbes last year put me in the top 10 business influencers in the world. It's not an article I paid for. It's not PR. Sometimes people pay companies to put articles about them. I just woke up one day and someone's like, congratulations. Forbes listed you. You can go to tailopez.com/Forbes. It'll redirect you to the article. It names who they think are the top 10 business influencers. I don't know if it's true. I don't know who the 10 best are. But I'm not one of the 10 worst. So you can learn from somebody who's pretty good. You can decide whoever you think's the best. You know. Actually, I know who's better than me. I got a friend who's super secretive. He hates going to conferences. He's better a marketer than me, but he wouldn't teach you for all the money in the world. In fact, we talk twice a year, and he always goes, Tai, why do you give away your secrets? You already make a ton of money. Why would he won't tell anybody one thing? We just have a different life philosophy, you know? We got a different life philosophy. I don't mind sharing it. I don't live by fear. Yeah. So I don't care. I'll train. It doesn't hurt me anyway. I don't make most of my money from social media marketing agency. That's a beginner step. I mean, for you guys, you can make 10 to 50 grand. I don't do that anymore. I know I use social media to make money for all my businesses, but I'm not going to do an agency. This is I'm not at a first step level. There's white belt, yellow belt, blue belt, purple belt, brown belt, black belt in making money. Each one has a different challenge. My challenge is not to figure out how to make 10 to 50 grand. I just launched a new business 7 days ago, and it's making $40,000 a month on autopilot. And I promise you I've spent under 2 hours on it. I did it as a test launch. So I know making 10 grand is not an interest of mine, but it should be of yours. There's levels to this. White belt, yellow belt, purple belt, blue belt, whatever. If you're in karate, you have yellow belt. I do jiu-jitsu, white belt, blue belt, purple, brown, black, coral, red, grandmaster. So it takes you about 12 to 20 years, most people, to get a black belt. And so this isn't a black belt. You're not going to get your black belt in 4 months. But I can get you to a blue belt level. And in jiu-jitsu with blue belt, you can pretty much beat anybody on the street. You don't mess with, I'm telling you, if any of you ever think you're tough and you meet a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, they're going to tie you up in a knot in a one-on-one fight. I don't care how badass you are and how much, how much The Rock you watch, how much Taekwondo you know. And it's the same with this. Give me 4 months, I can get you to a blue belt level of making money from businesses in a totally legit, ethical, they'll love you for it, loyal customer, like the real deal. Now, how much am I going to charge? So all the first people who got in, I told you before the scholarship, I decided I was like, how much does college? There's a college in LA. What's the name of it? It starts with an A.
Azusa?
Azusa Pacific. Okay. I feel like I'm picking on them, but we see billboards and they're $43,000 a year to go to Azusa Pacific. That is not a degree that gets you in a lot of jobs. People don't go, oh, why should we hire you over all these other people? I went to Azusa Pacific. Okay, you're in. We don't even have to interview you. So it's $43,000 times 4 years. Let's just say it was $20,000, $25,000. I figured college in the U.S. $100 grand. I was like, I'll charge 1% of that. 1% of that was $1,000. So, but I'm gonna charge it that way because I know for some of you, I started doing surveys and some people are like, dude, I can't afford $1,000. So I'll pick up part of the cost. So you can get in now. We have a payment plan, and we have a $497 one payment times one payment, or you can do a $197 times 3 payments. So this one's a little more than that, but that under $200. If that's too much for you, I have no answer. What you do? One of the things that I'll tell you that Joel Salatin told me, he said, don't never, Todd, disrespect yourself for not charging a fair price for what you do. And if people complain about, forget them. They're not good people. And that's my advice to you. Because some of you are going to build social media marketing agencies, and you're going to have the temptation to go, you know what, I'll do this for free for a year. Resist that temptation. Don't let people disrespect you. Now, it's okay to do some things free. I'm doing this live call for free. It's okay to train people for free. It's okay to do a free audit for businesses and show them what you can do. It's okay to do, when you launch a product, to give away some free samples, but you don't give away the full thing, because that's disrespecting you and putting you out of business. It's disrespecting the people who paid full price. So for those people who want stuff free, you get what you pay for. I got 6 cars. I got a McLaren. I don't know if you saw my Snapchat. I rented one. That's an actual rental car. People are always like, are your cars rentals? Well, I rented one while I'm in London for a week. McLaren from this guy. I posted on my Snapchat. But I got 6 cars in LA. The same 6 cars I've had for a long time. And I've got, and from expensive to cheapest, there's exact, when you sit in those cars, you know you got what you, Maserati Quattroporte, cheapest car, still, it's I think it's $130,000, $40,000 one. I got the Sport GT or whatever. It's still a piece of crap. The most expensive one, the 2 most, I have an Aventador Lamborghini, and I have a Dawn and a Ghost Rolls Royce. Those are all $400,000, between $400,000 and $450,000. I think I paid $430,000 or something for them. So those 3 cars are like, dude, you get in a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini and Aventador, and then below that I have a Ferrari. Yo, Grant Cardone, what's up, Grant? Welcome from London. 200 years ago, this place had a little battle with the United States. But I have a Ferrari 458, and a 458 is like a I think it's a $300,000 car. It's not as good as the 400,000. And I got a Gallardo. That's like 220,000. So you get what you pay for. There's free training, people trying to tell you that they know how to do marketing. Dude, I know how to do marketing. Let me show you something. If any of you doubt that I know how to do marketing, some people think I'm a fluke, some people think blah, 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 whatever you think, man. Numbers, people lie, but numbers don't. Live YouTube analytics. You can see it right here. This is live. This is an app, you see? It's not a screenshot. Let's just go, since I launched my YouTube channel, you can see in 2015. 1.7 billion minutes watched. Count the zeros. So when you get certified from me and a business owner goes, why should I trust you? Be like, well, I learned from a dude who got 1.7 billion. That's just YouTube. That's not counting Facebook. That's not counting Instagram. That's watched minutes. That's not views for 10 seconds. A view can be, 30 seconds. You're going to learn. I'm in the billions, many billions. So I'm going to teach you what I learned doing that. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you, you want to know who you're learning from, right? I would. Before I do jiu-jitsu from Higa Machado, first time he came over, I'm like, why should I learn from you? He's like, well, I was the youngest black belt in American history. I was raised by the founders of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was 7-year in a row world champion. I won 360 fights in a row. I was like a heavyweight. I was like, that's good. You can teach me. And he's a coral belt. And he's only in his 40s, I guess, So you want to know who's teaching you, that's who's teaching you. And other people in there are teaching. I bring badass teachers. So, who's in? Tai, trust you, is it payable by bank transfer? Any of you have like a weird payment request you want to pay in crypto? You need to pay in pennies. You have stamps that you collected that you want to cash in. I try to take it, but you may have to contact my customer support. If you go to my website, what else? I got to go. Any last questions?
Do I need previous experience? That's from
Do you need
Jay on
experience?
YouTube.
Every one of my top students had never had a business before. Now, some of my students that have gone through SMMA 1.0 were already entrepreneurs, but the top ones, I think, let me not be quote, but 90% of them had never even, well, the top one never had a bank account before. So yeah, this is, I built this, you can start this, you pay to get in, not counting the training program, this, Nicholas started for $100. That was what he had to pay for a filing fee for his LLC. It's pretty good, right? Questions. Why is your drink not green anymore? I have a green drink. It's right. I drank it this morning. I have more than one company. Part of me that's like, I should stop giving refunds out. I just give people an excuse to procrastinate. But whatever. You guys still got your excuse to procrastinate. I'll tell you what, you should get your money back. You know that the school system costs taxpayer, your parents, tax money about $150,000 for your, you should ask for some of that back. Just a little bit. Just be like, you know what? There's about 7 classes that were moronic. Can I have 1/7 of the one at UNC? But I can't seem to get a job because I don't really know Spanish very well. Do you think they gave them a penny back? Nope. They actually dug in the wound by saying, it didn't help you and you owe us interest. That's an a-hole. You want to know an a-hole? An a-hole goes, yo man, you buy my car off me for 10 G's. I'll lend you the money. Give me $7 grand down, I'll float you the 3. Then the car, you get home, it blows up the engine, and you're like, dude, the car blew up. And he's like, yeah, you still owe me $3,000, man. Plus interest. It's like, we're doing what is the point system? The Godfather, I mean, the Sopranos did that. They had the bit. No, they had the what was it? 50,000, 10% a week or some crazy interest rate like that. Welcome to the legal mafia called the government. They're tougher than the mafia. I'm afraid sometimes to even say this on live camera. Government gonna come take people out. Can you do the course for marketing your own business? Rich Williams asked. Yeah. If so, how much time do I need to put in to master for myself? I recommend you watch 3 videos a week minimum. So, but it gets easier. Just put them on audio versions of them when you're on the way to work. You know, I flew 12 hours from LA to London nonstop. I just flew here. Man, I got so much work done. Like, everything comes to him who hustles while they wait. Meaning, take the SMMA program, and when you're in the car, instead of, I love Drake, he's great music, but you don't have to listen to 4,000 Drake songs a day. Or, you know, I like music, but keep it all in balance. Keep it all in balance. Spread it out, man. Don't just make other people rich. You know, don't just watch Netflix all the time. Don't make Netflix rich. They're already rich enough, my friend. Go to the Netflix of learning. You log in on phone, just like the website or your laptop, just like Netflix, and you can learn from us. So, Tai, should I listen to Agency Growth Secrets? Don't even know what that is. Can I run an SMMA while selling luxury homes or affect my brand as a luxury realtor? Heck no. Hey, all you realtors, I love you. Realtor's a tough job. I would not make it my primary business unless I really loved it and I was in the right circumstances. It's kind of like network marketing. People ask my opinion. It's a great side hustle. You have to put all your eggs in one basket? I don't know. What'd you do in school? Did you put all your eggs in one basket? Cents ain't coming. The average realtor makes $25,000 a year. So the average SMMA person making more than $5,000 a year. All right, a few more questions. 5 days left, baby. TaiLopez.com. We'll click the links in the live. That's the best one. Or you just go, my name, TaiLopez.com. And FA is the name of the program. It's the 2.0 version. And then we're watching live. All one word, lowercase. TaiLopez.com. SMMA 2 LIVE. One word, lowercase. TaiLopez.com/SMMA2 live. And can you market for realtors? Heck yeah. Marketing for realtors is a great business. It's probably better than being a realtor for most people. No offense to realtors. I have a lot of realtor friends. I respect the game. I don't know. I say what I believe, even if it pisses some. You know, one reason I wanted to make money, because I wanted to free from somebody telling me what to say. Like right now, if I really believe something, I can just say it. I don't have to worry about it. Nobody can fire me. You know? I can't get a pink slip. Can't get a pink slip. I mean, you can lose money as a business owner, but I can't lose it that way. Is that a temporary deal? Yep. You got whatever it is. It's a little under, it's like 4.5 days. 5 days. Yep. 5 days. This should be, when you click the link, you'll see it. Will you make any more intellectual videos? I actually got a whole, but those are not about making money, but yes. Time from India. Will this course help start an agency here? Yes. Have people in 70 countries find this. You just got to adjust your price. You're not going to be able to charge $1,000 to your free. You got, but it doesn't cost the same amount to live in India. So just adjust it accordingly. Do people ever fail when going through the program? Yeah, people fail with anything, but most of it, almost always, they didn't even log into the program. It's insane. People buy the program. Yeah.
If you wanted to say.
Yeah. People buy the program and don't open it. It's weird. But I just, like I said, this world is full of people just having sense. All right. What makes your program suited to starting new entrepreneurs? It's just built for that. Okay. We were gonna start charging an annual fee, but as of now, everybody who got in is in. So that's another reason to get it. I meant to change it. I just have literally been too busy. But I was talking to my brother, runs one of my divisions of my company. I was talking to him about doing that. All right. Oh, here we go. Let me see something. See if my little alerts are working. I still want to get the good results. All right. I think we're about done. We're about done. Go out there, whatever you take away, whether you get a program or not, those in the program are going to be a huge advantage against those who don't, because you're going to have a guide. It's about 20% of the world doesn't need a guide. 80% does. And I'll tell you this, anywhere I go in London right now, I pull out my Google Maps, and I do not go, yeah, I'm just going to, okay, the sun is about 3 degrees north. You get that way. I see people trying to make money like that, So, Dustin said, Ty, read this out loud. Is that your test, Dustin, to see if this is live? Dustin, I have an IQ test for you. If you're in a live chat, right? You don't think it's live? Could be a replay, but they always say replay on them. That's a little trick. It says replay, it's probably a replay. Okay. One more question. Building the brand story. And once just life unfolds, you get them more customers, they pay you more, that you raise your retainer rate. It's just, yeah. What if you have no good ideas? Would this program work for me? Yes, I've given you the idea. You don't have to have any idea. This is not like the dropshipping where you have to pick a product. I give you the product. All right. I'm out, my friends. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Signing off from London.